Also new tonight, we are talking about a connection from Coal Valley, Illinois to Zimbabwe. Since 2018, Niabi Zoo has partnered with a nonprofit in Zimbabwe, Africa called Painted Dog Research. Wild painted dog populations have plummeted in Africa from about 500,000 to just under 7,000. Niabi has had several painted dogs since 2023, but this connection goes further. A team from Niabi has also helped the team at PDR train Zimbabwean university students who are the next generation of conservationists. And you might remember this past March, we had one of PBR's leaders join us right here on The Current. This winter, a team from Niabi spent time on the ground in Zimbabwe, and now they're back home and joining us in studio. We have Joel Vanderbush, Curator of Conservation for Niabi, and Jessi Lench Porter, Niabi's lead carnivore keeper, joining us now. Thank you both for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
All right, how long, I know it was different times,
Yes.
How long were you each in Zimbabwe for?
So I was there for 2 weeks. I was there November 1st and then flew home on November 16th.
And so that I also went on the November 1st, but then didn't come back until December 3rd. So a little bit longer.
Joel, I know you've been there before. Jessi, was this your first time
Yes,
going?
very first time in Africa altogether.
Wow, and what were you guys working on?
Well, quite a bit. Obviously, painted dog research. So Joel, he has more of a teaching role than I do there. Basically, we went out, we collected different camera traps to collect field research. We had that experience. We also helped their bush camps. So we got to teach different children all about conservation and the different aspects of it. So just a lot of fun stuff. What would you like to add?
Well, of course, with that connection that the zoo has with the group there, we've had that connection since 2019. I mean, 2018 is when we started our partnership, but 2019 is when we really started contributing some of the expertise that we have to offer to their education team there. It's an education team now, but prior to 2023, when I went there the last time, it was a team of 1. Now it's a team of 13 educators.
Wow.
And so we have been able to actually help train all of those educators the entire time. And so it's a really, really productive relationship because, say, those bush camps that they run, similar to the zoo camps that we run here. In fact, we use that as the basis of teaching them how to run their camps there, but adapting it to their communities. So they were running throughout 2024, they were running 1 bush camp per month. It's about 20 kids come for a 3-day experience. And we also were able to get grant funding through the Jane Goodall Institute. And now we have upped that to 2 bush camps per month. And that's why we had to go and train more educators for them. And so that's really, the bigger piece, because we know that conservation is very important. The field research is very important. But if no one knows anything about it, and knows how important it is to help conserve endangered species, they won't do anything about it. So the education side plays a huge part in making the conservation side really work.
Yeah, and then starting young and getting these kids excited about it and involved. And I had a question about zoos. I mean, you guys work at a zoo every single day, but Zimbabwe doesn't have any zoos. So what was that like for these kids? Was there a difference there?
It was very eye-opening. I think for us and for them. One of the nights of the bush camp, Joel and I did a presentation specifically on how zoos relate to conservation in the wild. So none of the kids that were there had ever been to a zoo. So to talk to them and to show them different graphics and videos and stuff that we do with our painted dogs here about enrichment and different things, it was pretty cool to see, and the excitement that they saw, and be able to teach them how to connect conservation in the wild with what we're doing here in zoos.
And that connection piece, I want to talk about that. Obviously, Niabi has painted dogs, but someone might say, why does a zoo in Coal Valley care about putting resources and time and money into this effort across the world? I mean, what would you guys say to that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is when we have to have that connection, because conservation is what we do at the zoo. And I think here in the Quad Cities, people will learn more about that, because this year we're opening our Conservation in Action exhibit. And this work that we've just done will feature heavily in that. And so I think, here in the Quad Cities, when people understand that the zoo is out there doing conservation work, it actually makes the ambassador animals that we hold at the zoo even more important to the story. So that's what helps create that connection.
So I know you were there for a long time. You probably had a lot of memorable moments, but I wanted to ask each of you, and Joel, we can start with you. Was there a moment over this most recent trip that really sticks out in your mind?
Yes. Sometimes here in America, when we go to summer camps, like you do like a camp song, you know, you like sing around a campfire and you do all of that. Well, we introduced doing a campfire the last time I was there. But this time, we both experienced a very musical group of kids. And it dawned on us that, you know what we need? We need a Painted Dog Research camp song.
Well, absolutely.
And so we had some of the new conservation education guides write a camp song that had both their local language, which is Dibale, as well as English, and combined some of the traditional dances and song lyrics and everything into one camp song specifically for that bush camp. And it's an amazing thing. I'll have to share that video with you later.
Yes, please.
So that camp song really stands out to me a lot.
I love it. Jessi, what about you?
Mine was honestly seeing the wildlife in its natural habitat. I mean, we saw numerous things. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see a painted dog. They're very elusive, so I did see them on camera trap, but didn't actually see them in the wild. But elephants and giraffes and anything from tortoise to lizards. I mean, it's crazy just to be able to see all that in their natural habitat and know that we're making a difference here for them out in there.
Absolutely. So I got to ask, in the few seconds we have left, can you reveal, do you have a next trip planned? Either Zimbabwe or somewhere else?
I don't, but I personally do, but not him.
Well, it's one of those things that, you know, we are really committed to our conservation partners. So just like when I go down to Mexico to help tag whale sharks, or we're going over to Zimbabwe to work with painted dogs, you know, those are going to be a pretty regular thing as far as us getting out into the field. And then, of course, we're launching our project down in Paraguay. So both our director, Lee Jackson, and our assistant director, Tammy Schmidt, are both involved in that project. So getting down there into the field. That's just to also tell people we are committed to going in the field, but we're also committed to our local conservation here. So while it may be exciting to go out there, we still do lots and lots of work as far as pollinator restoration efforts here, prairie restorations, you know, both on our site and throughout the Quad Cities. So conservation happens right in your backyard too. And you can learn more about that through some of our education classes that we are doing right now. Literally, the title of that is Conservation Happens in Your Backyard. So they can check that out on our website because we still have those going into the spring.
Oh, I love it. Guys, thank you both so much for being here. I'm so happy you had such a wonderful time and safe travels back, and I really appreciate your time today.
All right, thanks so much for having us.
Yes.
And for you guys at home, if you want to check out our story from last spring with the leader of the Painted Dog Research nonprofit, you can head over to our website and click on the As Seen on TV tab. James?